combine it with the Dawnbreaker ultimates. He can throw people in as Dawnbreaker's running in, or teleporting, jumping in. I once again like Beast Coast Draft more. I mean, I think last time I saw it as a bit more even, but seeing how the game went, right, it makes me lean towards Beast Coast. I am not entirely sold on Salk. That's it. I'm not entirely sold on Salk.
Yeah, and again, I really think this Dawnbreaker is a perfect hero for Beast Coast, to be honest, in the mid lane. It's a hero that doesn't even need to TP to side lanes right at level 6. She can just be in there instantly. The question is, does she have really a hero that she can take advantage of? And you know, with a Pango tiny lane, I'd say certainly yes.
Yeah,
a good toss back into an ult is not always how I'd imagine you start using this ultimate, the Solar Guardian, but I think is maybe something they have here.
Okay,
Panda, we're going to Vegas, baby.
Yeah, Hector is. I'm not gonna try and say that. Let's move past. Let's move past that. Hector is he's doing a percentage speed run, getting bad. I don't really understand. Anyway, let's move on. If we look at the lanes a little bit, we'll see if Beast Coast can make use of this early game rotations of the time that we were talking about, right? And also I'm curious as to how good that Whisper lane is gonna go, because I think he's pretty solid. I think he's a pretty solid laner, but Pango is just trash, right? So I'm kind of curious as to how strong they can make that lane work. I feel like Pango plus Tiny is honestly grieving your off lane, especially against Monkey King. And Bane is maybe that's where Thunder Awaken recovers. That's where they give Alk the farm they need.
Yeah.
I do find that Alk mid, though, is also not the best use of the hero, because people are picking up for Unstable Concoction, right?
Yeah, and he genuinely is a killer in lane. You know, you pair him with something like a Dazzle, and that lane feels incredible and very, very good. A ver, let's go. My favorite.
Yeah, but let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the way it's. I mean, it's just he's like, oh, we'll see, let's see. Is that better? Yeah. That's a good one.
It just literally means let's see.
You know what else one of my favorite words in Spanish is? Troca.
Okay. I understand that to you it's a truck.
Yeah,
but
it's Chevy Truck Month.
No,
You know?
but you should look up what the other implications of that word is. Yeah. You are, I guess, with Hector in the speedrun here.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you should really look it up, with a K particularly.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, anyway. Let's concentrate the game before Richie does the same thing and I run out of co-casters. Let's look at the mid lane here. I'm really curious as to how Dark Mago's going to confront this matchup. He is, like I said, better lane than Chris Luck. I just feel like, again, Dawnbreaker is going to break Alchemist's Dawn.
Alchemist have a lot of Dawn to you?
Yeah, I think Turley has more Dawn than Dusk, I would say, yeah. He seems like an early riser.
No, I think really he's the one that's burning the midnight oil, isn't he? Trying to get these potions into the midnight.
I guess that's true, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he like attacks his ogre to make sure that he does things.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone always forgets the alchemist is the hero. He's like Ratatouille.
I think you mean Rakakuni.
Rakakuni. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's
yes.
the real version.
Yeah, my bad. Still 3 heroes top, by the way. So Sacred kind of being sacked here.
This is a good idea, right? Like you at least Whisper in the safe lane is whatever. Who cares, right? Like he'll at least be able to farm jungle a little bit more, so it's not that big a deal for the Pango to get sacked. He's gonna get sacked no matter what. I do find that mid lane though is what they're prioritizing. If you can stop the Alk from having a really good early, hopefully the okay, Gogeta. Hopefully you can prevent the fact that you won't have the best ganking potential if your Pango gets destroyed, which is gonna be the case with the fight.
Spins to win down bottom, but Sacred now with the point in the cookie is going to be able to get away from that one in time. Vajira with a bonk here. No level 2, though. Level 2 is really when they can make a go at it in this lane with Boundless Strike, perhaps, as well as a Spear to set up.
What are the best plays for Gojira right now? Because I think staying in lane is just going to be sapping experience from an offlaner that needs it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it is like not a good laning spell either.
No, you can stack. You can go and stack.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I mean, the Dawnbreaker is a hero who can easily farm plenty of stacks. Both the Starbreaker as well as the Celestial Hammer farm incredibly well. Usually both, right?
True. I think it's because if he leaves, right, then Matthew's like, all right, I'll leave too, and then he goes mid, and then that disturbs this matchup. That was winning.
I imagine this turns when you finally get the point into Starbreaker, but this lane so far is not bad at all, especially with 2 points in Acid Spray. C-Smile taking a bit of a beating. I agreed with you, by the way. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm so smart. No, not really.
I was wrong, yeah. I think the Soul Ring also matters because the extra armor there actually really matters against the Alk here. So going for bottle first. I mean, not saying that that's the wrong build, but maybe the Soul Ring turns this matchup around. We'll see. But I agree with you. I was very surprised by this.
Yep. Yeah,
it's just a free lane for the Alk, honestly.
It's not too difficult.
He doesn't have to do anything. He's just farming.
I suppose, you know, you show me any other melee laners that do very well against him, and I suppose there's a couple that come to mind. But yeah, I thought Dawnbreaker would have been the one, certainly, to buck that trend of losing to mid-Alk.
Oh, for sure. I, live and learn. It's not a matchup I've seen very often. I think it's one of the few regions that is regularly playing mid-Alk. Most regions like the carry Alk more. Because, again, this unstable concoction that people feel is really strong right now. At least the offense going decently for Beast Coast. Snap in this lane can't really go for her best build these days as a... Oh, she actually is. She's going for Scattle Blast Cookie, which is terrible against Jug. So there's like just no winning this lane, honestly.
Yeah, I guess it opens up some kill threat onto Stinger, but that's really about it here, all they can hope for. After CSing pretty calmly, 20-7. So yeah, only 6 last hits right now for poor old Sacred. That's very much pain. Not even a single bracer to his name.
Oh. I don't know what Sacred's supposed to do, though. If you go for a little Shredder, I think you have some harassment potential against Jug. But then Cold Embrace, of course, also stops you, so it's not like it's a freebie either. But with the build, he went for... I mean, it's the better mid-game build, so I guess lane matters less. Jug won't make that many plays early, especially if it's Hector. We'll see how much Hector wants to... How aggressive he wants to play. If this was Parker, he would be rotating level 5. Like, he genuinely would be just joining team fights level 5.
Spooked him into using the spin, but Sacred really is going to end up taking more damage for that. Spin level 2 only. At least a small level advantage there in favor of the Snapfire. The concern I also have for this mid lane is that even though C-Smile, there's the point in the Starbreaker, 3 points now in the Celestial Heimer, which means Dark Malgotes takes a lot of damage here for getting his CS in the mid lane. He's about to get the plate mail and actually full phase boots delivered on the way now, and I think that really helps Mago live in this lane. He just can't tank the full Celestial Hammer, which is being maxed by C-Smile. So this is at least a bit of an interesting tactic.
Yeah.
Solar Guardian's ready, though.
Interesting tactic of, like, let the Alk solo farm.
I suppose.
I've never seen this innovative strategy, Richie. We'll see how it works out.
We'll see how it works out for them. Best of 5, anyways.
Yeah, I guess that's what they're thinking in their mind. I mean, you need someone to make plays, right? But Pangos is definitely denied, so who's making the plays? Is it Jug? Like, who's going to stop the Alk's farm?
Yeah, the thing that's scary is Pango's being denied even harder.
Gojira's level 2, dude. He's not going to be the one stopping the Alk.
This is not looking too good, I'd say. Sacred is getting decent farm now. Again, he is still more or less keeping pace with Pangolier, but when it's the Alchemist that you need to put a stop to first rather than the Juggernauts, it's, of course, more alarming to the team that needs to put a stop to the Alchemist, as there's a cheeky little Hurricane from the Wild Ring Ripper before he's demolished. Point in the ultimate for the Alchemist, and now we think he really cares much about the damage that C-Smile has for him when that thing's online. Nor does he really care about trying to get a kill with this Tiny, but again, 0 base armor here means that Panda does damage to a Tiny. Very difficult lane for him. Very good CSing as well from Dark Mago early.
Yeah, really. He's clearly practices Alk.
He loves CSing, dude.
I remember years ago when I was talking to Smash Summer, right? And I was asking him, if he thought, I don't know what player it was, but he was like, oh, you think he's a good Alk? He's like, anyone can play Alk. And as they get the first blood. Clearly that's changed. As Matthew is in trouble, he does die to Hector, but the first blood goes his way, so not too bad. Actually, first blood going the way of Mars 4, probably one of the best 4s utilizing that early gold, because of how important Blink Dagger is.
Yeah.
Up there with Tiny.
Up there with Tiny. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Pakaz, in the meantime, it'll be A-okay. In fact, Whisper does need to get away from there just to make sure he doesn't get Pakaz the free Jingu Mastery. Off lane, well, safe lane, right? So they've just kind of done a little bit of swapperino here. But Pakaz already with a full Orb of Corrosion. Yeah, nice. Saving 1 skill point only. He does like to save those skill points, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Interesting. And Pakaz is really probably the best player being flexible, or the best carry in Peru at being flexible, right? Or South America, rather.
There's now the point in Primal Spring for some more damage. Good toss back. He's got, of course, this Boundless Strike ready to secure the kill. Just wants to make sure he secures it, and he'll give it to Panda.
That's fine. I mean, as long as you get the kill at that point. But yeah, because Pakaz, I think, is probably the only carry in Peru, or in South America, sorry, that I can imagine that's both a really good aggressive player and a really good farmer, I think the saving of skill points always allows him to deviate. I've never noticed this on Pakaz because I don't look at him as much, but it's interesting to see. Oh, they get a first kill against Hector with the kisses.
I guess it was really just kisses. By the looks of things, looks like he was spinning onto Sacred. Sacred used Cookie out and then just turned and kissed him.
We gave our observer a second chance. He's out again, man.
He's out again.
I'm sorry, Richie. Please take over the map again.
I got it. I gotta actually do some work, not just sit here.
Yeah, exactly. And cast. That's the easy job.
That is the easy job. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Shout out to JJ. You guys are the real troopers.
That's when he would go.
Webpass and Scriff.
Wait, how does he?
Patrick.
I can't even. Oh, there it is. He uses it with arrow keys.
Oh, yeah, easier, huh? Anyway. This is what the JJ did.
That's the JJ special.
That's the JJ special, the nod.
Uh-huh.
Done very good at it.
Yes.
Oh, and Puka as well. All that team of players.
Oh, yeah, Patrick.
Great people.
They're all great.
Yeah.
Great observers. Really makes you think about what would happen if you had to do it all by yourself.
Yeah, honestly.
Good thing I have an observer to blame.
Yeah, good thing. There's a top lane kill, by the way, and I think they're looking for it. Is it level 6 on Panda yet? No, he's only 4. Okay. So not that big a deal.
No, not yet.
Once you get level 6, this Pango is food. Like, you can't even use Rolling Thunder. That's also why I like the Bane as well, because it prevented the Pango pick. Beastcoast decided to pick it anyway, but usually teams would shy away from it.
They might actually end up with a kill here. Hector as well with the Omni Slash ready to go. Okay, they want Sacred dead. I believe they've connected with the stun as well, and they'll go the way towards C Smile there, who's going to, of course, rotate and help take the tower.
Yeah. I think it's important for them to commit as much as they need to just take the early objectives, because otherwise there's no way you're invading the Alks jungle, right? Because you don't have heroes to be able to do it. They're very used to having Whisper on Timbersaw style heroes, Mars, you know, and Pango's just not one of them. Usually, when I say Timbersaw Mars, these are heroes that can ignore what is the traditional spacing in the map and go for a kill because of how strong they are in the early, right? Once they hit their small power spikes. But Pango is, he's more of an opportunist.
Yep, that's an annoying small camp block, literally the best camp for an Alchemist in the game.
Gojira take that path? Okay.
He is dead. Oh, are they going to try and give the gold? They tried.
They did.
They tried to give it to Gojira for an extra plus 24.
Here's a math problem, Richie. You're walking through the mid lane and you have the option to go unnoticed through your part of the mid lane or completely noticed to the enemy part.
He's checking for wards, boss.
Yeah, okay, I see. And
now he knows. Oh, see, and now C Smile is also checking for wards and fills the bottle. Illusion Rune.
Classic Beast Coast. Everyone checks for wards at the same time.
Yeah, everyone check for wards. Just to double check. Make sure the ward's still there. It's still there. Okay, we're good. Don't worry, guys. The ward's still there. Oh, this is a cheeky combo.
Oh, I never thought of this actually.
Remember the Axe one?
Yeah, the Axe one was nice. I like this one better actually.
Really?
Because the Axe then you're getting. I guess when it was carry Axe, it was better. I mean, like, when you're on Jug, right, that's your carry, so it seems like you want more farm on that.
That's a good point.
Though the Alk is currently towering over you in terms of farm.
As Alchemists tend to do, at least when they're given a pretty good start in lane. I think with this 2 camps, he might actually have Radiance online. What is this? Okay.
Okay. Panda just dropped the book.
And he's going to give it to Matthew. Yeah, who needs level 6.
Wow, I think Panda had bought the book, and Matthew goes, Panda, what are you doing? Do you think you deserve the 6 more than me? Also, they're actually both very close to it, so.
Yeah, there's 6 for him now.
Oh, no, sorry. Panda was actually closer to it.
He was, yes, after the book. Now he's going to get it. He takes a little bit of XP in the mid lane before Matthew kicks him out, before Matthew can notice. Well, yeah, they saw him jump up there.
Oh, right, because the ward. If they actually get a kill off this, Pakaz is going to be a salty Monkey King.
That is a good kill.
Luckily, though, the win condition this time is the Alk, not the Monkey King, so it's not as concerning as last game. Still not ideal. Rolling Thunder's been used, like Mao's here. He is doing the Minos play where he charges the concoction early, but it did work out for him this time. C-Smile tries to avoid some damage. There's the Winter's Curse to reset the fight, but Mortimer skills from afar. Make sure to get rid of C-Smile as Whisper regrets the choice of following his teammates. Now in the trees he goes. Shield Crash and TP. Will he succeed? They caught him with a Fiend Script. Panda sees right through him. They have the Scatter Blast of the Spear, and thanks to the ward and the high ground, they will secure the second core kill.
Yeah, pretty big fight there for Thunder Awaken. Pakaz knows he needs... Sorry, Make That Dark Malgo knows he needs to show up and fight. One, because they've lost the monkey, of course, so they need to make it an even numbers fight. But also, if they end up getting this tower or winning a fight and then taking tower, it does open up the potential for the jungle and the triangle specifically to be invaded. And that's not really what you want to see on an Alchemist. He farms quick, and he is contributing to this 4K net worth advantage that Thunder have at this stage of the game. But even with Radiance, he's not ready to fight. He'd like a BKB. He'd like a Blink Dagger, please, to get rid of that that Wyvern, and then he's in a fairly good position, nice and comfortable, ready to start those fights. Because in the meantime, Echo Saber first for him. That could be the item of choice. Matthew is about halfway towards his Blink Dagger. And how's Gojira doing from his start? Further back. So obviously a rougher start here for the Tiny, who's even now actually behind the farm on Panda.
Doug. I don't know if Victor knows what's waiting for him. Okay, he has a sixth sense of some kind. And has to go for the lanes. That might just be greed, honestly. They have Fiend Script?
No, they just use the top.
Yeah, 40 seconds, 40 seconds. Fair amount of time. I don't think they can kill the jump.
No,
Victor
not.
is considering going on them, actually. Unaware.
Ah, nice.
I am not sure about this one. Omni Slash, okay, hits the creeps. Hector says free farm.
Yeah.
That was actually the whole purpose of the
That
Omni
was the whole. That
Slash.
was a person. He wanted to get to the medium camp even faster.
Hector was actually just figuring out a way to use the ultimate to fly.
And honestly, it's the best camp to use it against. Those golems got 50% magic.
That's true,
resist.
actually.
Yeah, I mean, he's not, you know.
Look at his efficiency,
Man knows when to farm. And speaking of hitting things hard, there's Desolator to remove a little bit of that physical damage resist. Obviously synergize as well with the... Oh, what the heck? Where's that ulti? Top.
Yep, and then finding Sacred. By the
Big
Sacred.
kill, yeah. Matthew has Arena, but yeah, it would be hard-pressed to find a use to kill the Smile here.
Even though the Alk is farmed down and making use of it, so I'm questioning what item is the Alk on right now? He's on the BKB. Is that enough to fight with?
No,
I guess you wait for the blink.
He needs blink to find Wyvern, I think.
Oh, but they found C-Smile. That's a good arena. Winter's Curse, hoping to reset this fight.
Oh.
He stuns himself, but the Fiend's Grip should be able to secure the skill on C-Smile, even if Panda will have to die for it seems. As the Avalanche keeps him in play. Still in the Acid Spray though, Stimmy Team is taking a little bit of damage. Panda, Nightmare avoids the last bit of damage. Actually will survive thanks to this. The Elk is willing to fight against Whisper and gets the skill. As the Wukong's command puts Matthew in a difficult position. They miss that... the Primal Spring,
yep.
but doesn't really matter because they're going to take a tower with it and the Tiny anyway.
Really, really good fight from Thunder there. Beast Coast getting a little bit too cute with that curse, thinking they could really reset upon it. Probably even wanting to, but unfortunately, I can't find much, can't really muster much. This is where we're going to start to really see the difference when, you know, a Tiny gets a Blink Dagger at 13 minutes and when he doesn't, right? Yeah. He is a bit of a slower hero as a support. He really relies on either having someone to enable him with like a Surge or like, obviously he can't toss himself in, but, you know, some sort of movement spell or the Blink Dagger. And quite frankly, when he's shut out of the lane that hard, you really are, I mean, he's still 1,000 gold away. It's painful for Gojira.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
BKB ready, Blink ready now for Dark Magos. These engagements getting on top of the Wyvern, it becomes even easier for him now, as it was fairly trivial in that last fight for him even.
I don't know if this is... I guess, yeah, Gojira has nothing else to do, so he might as well defend this tower.
And he just has to get this Blink Dagger online.
That's going to slow it down even further. Gojira is certainly dead here. No toss, no Ava. And that is going to be Dark Mago just bringing him down thanks to the Radiant's Burn.
Yeah, still worth farming that camp. But of course, he does give a bit more gold as they're going to look for C-Smile. Great arena here. They're holding on to the spear. Into the kisses. Perfectly executed. Dark Mago couldn't even get off the unstable concoction with how perfectly they timed that.
This is classic Minos play, you know. He was the original Alk player in SA, and he used to stun himself at least 6 times a minute.
Yep, I cut an entire 10 minutes, closer to 2 minutes of Jenkins stunning himself on an Alchemist.
Really?
Oh, it was
Minos was the innovator of that
pretty
build.
funny. Yeah, he inspired Gremlin.
He did inspire Gremlin. Yeah, of course, Jenkins is not a player.
Yeah, sorry.
He's
I
just
don't
a
know.
caster.
I don't know who that is. Jenkins.
He's a caster.
He's a caster.
He makes videos about heralds or something, and not about himself.
Not about himself. No, he would never.
Anyway, okay, that's an interesting TP because it just decides one creep is all I need.
That's all I need, boss. He's gonna go top lane instead because he doesn't want Tiny to farm in peace here.
Yep. So last game at this point is when Thunder Awaken kind of threw, and that's what allowed beastcoast to come back to the game.
What? What? What's that game now? What the heck?
He didn't knew he was there.
I don't think so, unless maybe he got blocked by him momentarily.
That's incredible. If that was the case, that's incredible. Yeah. And last game, Thunder Awaken threw a little bit towards the mid lane, right? That's why beastcoast got back into the game. This game, I think it's a little bit harder to throw, but we'll see. You know, never doubt. I still feel like Thunder Awaken is a much more dominant position, right? We talked about them choking beastcoast, and I feel like Alchemist is the perfect hero to do so. They just need to take some more objectives, though. The fact that Tier 1 is still up in the top lane is a little bit offensive to an Alk lineup.
Yeah, especially because Gojira quite simply doesn't get all this space and time to farm. Especially with this ward, he's very safe. He shouldn't... Oh, well, actually, I don't know if they picked him up on that ward. I think they should. Oh, well, Sacred's going to blink in. Doesn't quite have the shard yet, but this is still a kill as easy as they come onto Gojira. It's right before Blink Dagger, so they're actually going to try and ult in off of this. Picasso. It's good off the Wukong's command, so the Deso not going to do much against all that bonus armor that he now has. Panda in the middle of the fight. They have to stop the grip there with the Winter's Curse, but Stinger taking plenty of damage as there's going to be the arena now. Out from Matthew onto the back lines. That's going to secure the kill onto Gojira as the Spears is magic damage off the wall, so the Cold Embrace does nothing as Malgo will pick up both kills there as he jumps immediately onto Stinger.
Had to question Panda's positioning in the beginning, but I was just wrong.
Yeah.
It was a good idea. He knew how much he could tank, and he knew it was covered by the Monkey King anyway. They're chasing for C-Smile, but they realize there's no point in chasing too far. Instead, take the tower, though. Yeah,
oh, no, Bounty Rune first. I mean, come on, let's not be silly. That's gold for Alk.
Okay, Alk just continues to far, and Pakaz's like, all right, I'll do it, I guess. He is going for Desolator, which I love, actually. So Pakaz's going for a much faster build here, allowing the Alk to be the main win condition, while he just scales slower, but steadily. He's much more of a team fighter right now.
As he fights himself over the unstable concoction. Don't worry about it.
Lieutenant Minos?
Yeah, no, I mean, very good fights. Yeah, and again, like, if that's an ABBA, for example, if Panda's playing ABBA, they don't need to curse him. They don't curse him straight up, right? They just have to stop that not Cold Embrace. They have to stop that Fiend's Grip at any cost, and well, when Gojira is the one to be initiated on, he's already dead. Now he's got Blink Dagger at least here, but too late to contest this Roche. It just means it has to be anything they can use to stop the grip. Picasso, curiously enough, is going to take the death. So I suppose he is probably the one to use it a bit more effectively, as Mago shouldn't really end up dying here. That's why you pick an Alk. He's pretty crazy strong. He can just rely on the strength of his items. Blink Dagger in 3 is going to cancel Gojira's Blink as well. Avalanche is not going to catch him. And yep, there's going to be a short, brief, but an efficient stun as Hector's Courier is even in the line of fire here for Dark Mago. Oh, and maybe even Hector? Okay. He just wanted to slap each other once, just a little, you know.
Oh, Dark Mago's charging it again. This time it's to stun someone else besides himself. Dark Mago figures out there's a Cold Embrace there. There's the issue on Dark Mago in your win condition. I can't believe he just avoided Rolling Thunder just like that. And the Mo, unfortunately, doesn't have the chance. Wukong's command used with a Fiend Skip, kind of a bait. Fiend Skip actually cancelled though. And then with the Omni Slice, that's gonna hurt a lot. They try to avoid some damage. Pakaz in trouble. Pakaz trying to fight through Ictor, and he will survive thanks to the extra armor. Pakaz doesn't go down. C-Smile and Stinger fall in the left-hand side of the fight. As Pakaz goes for more, avoids the avalanche, and in comes Dark Mago. This is round number 2, going for Gojira. He does have that Blink Dagger, but it's going to be useless to him as they run him down.
And again, it's just, you know, forcing these ultimates, forcing these spells of control to be used on yourself. Dark Mago easily winning the 1v1 versus C-Smile, right? I mean, it's an Alk Dawnbreaker. What do you expect right at this stage when Alk is pretty much at his peak? He's getting there.
They just didn't stop him enough early. Like, it was so passive by Beastcoast.
Yeah, it really was. And now
I think they have to ban the Alk.
He kind of 2v1'd them in that scenario. They only get the Bane, I want to say, in exchange there with the spin. And unfortunately cannot even pick up the Mars. A good 4-staff play. I mean, that was, at the end of the day, it's 2 supports. I know we just saw Dark Mago on the Mars. So, you know, I had a lot of priority onto this Mars. But really, it's the Alk show here. Yeah,
it is. It is. Again, I'm a little bit afraid because Dark Mago has no chill, right? So I think he might commit suicide at some point. But for now, it's working for them. Dark Mago going for another kill. It's going to be Stinger this time. They toss him, try to save Stinger's life. Acid Spray still hurting him.
Nice.
And the Scatter Blast will finish him off.
Guard upgraded as well now, by the way. Doesn't do too much at that range anyhow, but is going to do a lot more up close and front and center there with the stun.
Dark Mago is deciding for another play. Again, no chill.
Oh.
And they didn't avoid Stubble Concoction.
Hard to avoid that one.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a really weird projectile. Dark Mago takes the BKB now. He gets a cookie. Actually can fight this back. Scatter Blast. Look at Sacred go! He just reinitiated on Beastcoast. Whisper's trying to get away, and he will succeed at least at rolling himself to safety. But oh my god, Sacred was so good. Dark Mago wasn't even expecting it.
Yeah, I mean, Sacred lined him up, and Dark Mago and Pakaz basically did like a WWE tag team move on them.
Yeah.
Bounced off the ropes. They lined him up perfectly. The Boundless Strike was amazing, and Dark Mago just doing all the damage he needs. Even took the Cleave talent.
What a play. There's the Winter's Curse.
Deleted. Yeah, this game is... Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine.
There we go, Dark Mago. Celebration stun. Avatos not going to kill Dark Mago.
Good damage, though. Good damage on the Monkey King.
They should be able to push at least one lane of Rax.
Oh, wow. AC And Deso up, both up. Oh, yeah, at least one lane. Oh, yeah.
They're gonna go for more.
Wow.
Oh no. Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I reckon they shouldn't. You just leave Matthew behind. You say, "Good job, dude. Good effort."
No way.
Nah.
Good attempt though.
Yeah, good effort.
You
I
gotta
agree.
try.
You gotta give it a go. And now Starbreaker Shard is online, which means you, of course, are magic immune while you are in the Starbreaker, and you can juke around, but you have to be facing the right direction. You cannot, of course, really effectively turn. So it's a strong upgrade, don't get me wrong, just for the magic immunity, but the free pathy, and you still need to be facing the right way to land your stun.
Oh yeah, sure. That's why people like it with Blink Dagger a lot, right? Because what you do is you just wait until the last second of Blink, right? And then you just like blink on top of them. Sorry, the last second of Starbreaker, then you blink on top of them, right? And you get the immediate stun.
Yeah.
And it's actually a pretty effective tool.
Yep.
Of course, as a mid Dawnbreaker, if you go Blink immediately after this, it feels kind of weak. So I like that he went Shard first and now go on BKB instead. You need to provide some more damage.
You gotta be
can't just
facing the right direction, though, on that combo. That's the thing.
No, because you just blink on top of them and you smash in place.
Well, if you can blink in that direction, because you gain free movement, but you're locked in your direction. You're facing, and you can only blink in a direction you face, right?
Oh, right. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's fine, right?
It's still usually good enough.
Backwards, yeah.
Yeah, it's still usually good enough, but sometimes it can put the DB in a bit of a sticky situation. As speaking of that, Hector.
Mago. He's figured it out. He's like, well, I'll just stun him with this instead. BKB'd himself.
Oh.
He has a plan B. There's the help from the C Smile. Winter's Curse. Okay, I don't know about that one. As the Aegis does get reclaimed. It seems to be working for Beastcoast for now, but Darkmago still wants to fight this. The Wukong's command from behind. Hector's in a pickle.
Sacred.
And thanks to Sacred, once again, Hector gets decimated. Now they find C Smile. Darkmago on top of him. He goes down as sorry, it's Whisper, as C-Smile was fighting in the backlines, but he's been controlled. They're bringing down the poor Tiny, and C-Smile's been controlled as well. There's just no chance for anyone in Beast Coast to get out of this one alive. Literally a team life. Sacred is cracked today.
Really, really good stuff. He breaks that team fight apart. Beast Coast, the problem is when you Winter's Curse on one edge of the fight and then run the other way, it doesn't really break the enemies apart, more so of your own team, right?
Yeah.
So they kind of got split and just couldn't really focus fire onto anyone's. No one's locking down the heroes with Blink Dagger, which is Sacred, of course. Pakaz is able to just get off a Wukong's command in the center of the fight, and it just scatters Beast Coast every which direction. They just can't get on top of everyone.
Well done.
Well done, Thunder. I think they're going to look for the best of 3 reset here, the best of 5 reset into a best of 3.
Sure. Yeah, it just, I mean, people were doubting at first when they saw the Snapfire offlane because they don't watch many SA games, but this is the strength of it, you know?
It's so good.
I think Whisper is equally as good, but I would say Sacred is maybe a little bit on top, you know, at least today. He's just been looking so good in that Snapfire. As,
oh, this
Matthew.
is dangerous. They've got a ward here, Arena in 10.
Okay, he doesn't have Arena first, so he's just going to do the cheeky little spear. Trying to get away, Darkmago. Initiating. They will bring down Matthew, it seems like, as Darkmago is just trying to chase down the Winter Wyvern. One hit and he's down. That's double damage. Arena finally committed. This Koki trying to save Darkmago. It's going to be Matthew who falls here first.
The Arena's not that good, and Beast Coast have vision on the ward. He's got to blink back. Doesn't want to use the BKB quite yet when Roche could be up in less than 90 seconds, the current cooldown of Black King Bar.
Yeah, there's no point in fighting this. You don't have Arena, right? We got some really good initiation from Pakaz earlier, but it's just no point in forcing it.
Power Rune. It's going to be an Arcane spawning bottom. Not too impactful here for what could be the upcoming Roche fight to determine the game. What is that? Swift Blink is about to be completed, though, for the Alchemist momentarily, along with his 25 talents. Reckon he probably goes for the Rage movement speed. I think the regen this game is not bad, but hasn't really been a problem for him so far.
I also think this Rage moves, considering how he's playing as well. As we find Gojira dead. That is just Pakaz solo, though. He gets the first hit bash, BKB on top of that, but Omni is going to hurt. Oh, apparently not.
No,
Never mind.
Level 3, bonus armor. Hector,
he's
you're
taking
dead.
no damage!
Yeah. Oh, wow. And that's
GG.
GG. Yeah, I mean... Well, how much bonus armor you get? 24, which is effectively not that much physical. I mean, he's already at 56 physical resist.
Does Hector not have any mixed damage here? We'll find out now.
Yeah, we'll find out here in just a second.
I guess only Maelstrom is not enough?
No, yeah, not into the Monkey King ulti, unfortunately, for him. From full HP, it was a hopeful play, right? You did have the Arcane Rune, but that Wukong's command lasts a long time.
Yeah. Can we check Hector's final items? I'm kind of curious.